come along. It's time to learn and sing our song. With fun and games, we'll play all day and learn new things along the way. We'll count the stars and dance in rain. We'll find adventures in every lane. With laughter bright and hearts so wide, on this journey we'll take pride. Let's explore the world so grand, with magic in our hands. Through fields of dreams we'll boldly roam. Together we'll call this place our home. From A to Z and 1 to 10, every moment we'll begin again. We'll paint our dreams with colors fair. Friendship blossoms everywhere. Every story that we hear becomes a part of us, my dear. With each new word and song we sing, our hearts take flight on learning's wing. Let's explore the world so grand, with magic in our hands. Through fields of dreams we'll boldly roam. Together we'll call this place our home. Let's explore the world so grand, with magic in our hands. Through fields of dreams we'll boldly roam. Together we'll call this place our home.
Hi guys! Welcome to today's video. Today we are going to talk conjunction. A conjunction is an essential part of speech that serves as a bridge between words, phrases, or clauses, allowing sentences to flow smoothly and ideas to connect logically. Without conjunctions, writing would be choppy and disjointed, making it difficult to express complex thoughts effectively. There are three main types of conjunctions: coordinating, subordinating, and correlative, each playing a unique role in sentence structure and meaning. Coordinating conjunctions, which include and but or nor for so, yet, are used to join words, phrases, or independent clauses of equal grammatical importance, ensuring that ideas remain balanced within a sentence. For example, in the sentence, I wanted to go outside, but it started to rain, the coordinating conjunction but connects two independent clauses while also indicating contrast between the speaker's desire and the unexpected weather. Another example is, she loves to read and write, wherein connects two activities of equal importance. On the other hand, subordinating conjunctions introduce dependent clauses, which cannot stand alone as complete sentences, and they establish relationships such as cause and effect, contrast, time, or condition. Some common subordinating conjunctions include because, although, since, while, if, unless, even though, and whereas. For instance, in the sentence, I stayed home because I was sick, the subordinating conjunction because explains the reason behind the action, while in although it was late, he continued working, the word although introduces contrast between the lateness of the hour and the person's persistence. Correlative conjunctions, the third category, always work in pairs and include structures like either, or neither, nor both, and not only, but also. These conjunctions emphasize relationships between parallel sentence elements, as seen in you can either stay home or come with us, where either or presents two options, or she is not only intelligent but also hardworking, where not only but also highlights two complementary qualities. By using conjunctions strategically, writers can enhance coherence, improve readability, and ensure their ideas are well structured. Additionally, conjunctions prevent redundancy by allowing multiple ideas to be combined in a single sentence instead of breaking them into shorter, less engaging statements. However, overusing conjunctions, especially coordinating ones like and or but, can lead to run-on sentences, so it's important to use them judiciously. Another important rule to remember is that when a subordinating conjunction begins a sentence, the dependent clause is usually followed by a comma before the main clause, as in, because she was tired, she went to bed early. Conversely, when the dependent clause comes after the main clause, a comma is often unnecessary, as in, she went to bed early because she was tired. Understanding how to use conjunctions correctly allows for more sophisticated sentence construction and enables writers to express relationships between ideas with clarity and precision. whether combining two independent clauses with a coordinating conjunction, introducing a dependent idea with a subordinating conjunction, or emphasizing connections with a correlative conjunction. Mastering the use of conjunctions is a fundamental skill in both writing and speech. Now let's get into the video. The word and is one of the most common and fundamental coordinating conjunctions, which means it is used to connect words, phrases, or independent clauses that are of equal grammatical importance within a sentence, allowing for smooth transitions between ideas and helping to create compound structures that enhance the readability and logical flow of a sentence, making writing more engaging and connected rather than choppy or disjointed, which is essential for effective communication, whether in spoken or written language, and it plays a crucial role in ensuring that information is presented in a cohesive manner, as seen in examples like she bought apples and oranges, where and connects two nouns, or he ran to the store and bought milk, where it links two independent clauses to form a compound sentence. And while and is often used to simply add one idea to another, it can also serve more nuanced purposes depending on the context, such as indicating a sequence of events like in she finished her homework and went to bed, suggesting cause and effect in cases like he trained hard and won the race, or emphasizing a point as in she is strong and determined, and when used in lists, and is placed before the final item in a series, such as in we need bread, milk, and eggs, which is where the Oxford comma debate often arises, as some argue that a comma should always precede and before the final item in a list for clarity, while others believe it is unnecessary unless needed to avoid ambiguity. And beyond these basic functions, and is also widely used in compound subjects. Tom and Jerry went to the park. Compound predicates. She danced and sang at the concert. And in more complex sentence structures, where multiple independent or dependent clauses are linked together to form a more detailed and informative statement, and in literature and rhetoric, and can be employed as a stylistic device known as polysyndeton, where it is deliberately repeated to create rhythm, emphasis, or a sense of continuity, as in, we laughed and talked and danced and celebrated all night, which adds a dramatic or poetic effect by making each action feel more deliberate and connected. And while and is generally considered a simple word, its versatility in different contexts makes it an indispensable part of language, contributing to clarity, fluidity, and logical relationships between ideas. And even in casual conversation, people use and instinctively without giving it much thought, because it is deeply ingrained in everyday speech patterns, and without and, sentences would often sound abrupt or disconnected, forcing speakers and writers to rely on shorter, less expressive structures. And when learning about conjunctions, it is important to recognize that and is not just a word that links items, but a tool that enhances meaning, making it one of the most powerful and frequently used words in the English language. And that is why understanding how to use and correctly and effectively can significantly improve one's writing and communication skills. The word but is a powerful and versatile coordinating conjunction that is used to connect words, phrases, or independent clauses while introducing contrast, opposition, or an exception within a sentence, making it an essential tool for expressing differences, unexpected outcomes, or alternative perspectives. And without but, sentences might lack the necessary nuance to indicate shifts in meaning or contradictions between ideas. And one of its primary functions is to contrast two statements, as seen in the example, she wanted to go outside, but it was raining, where but signals a contradiction between the subject's desire and the reality of the situation. And in he is smart but lazy, the word but highlights an opposing characteristic, showing that while intelligence is present, there is also a negative quality that counterbalances it, and beyond simple contrasts, but can also indicate an exception, as in everyone attended the meeting but John, where it functions similarly to except, excluding John from the general statement. And another common use of but is to introduce an unexpected result, as in she studied hard, but she still failed the test, where the speaker emphasizes that despite strong effort, the outcome was disappointing. And this ability to signal surprising or contradictory results makes but an essential part of storytelling, persuasive writing, and everyday conversation. And in addition to these uses, but can also be employed to introduce clarifications or limit the scope of a statement, as in, he is friendly, but only with people he knows well, where it adds a restriction to the description provided. And another interesting function of but is its role in reinforcing positive statements by downplaying preceding negative ones, as in, it wasn't my best performance, but I still learned a lot, which helps shift the focus from a negative aspect to a more optimistic perspective. And while but is often used in the middle of a sentence, it can also be placed at the beginning for emphasis, especially in informal writing or speech, as in, but that's not what I meant, where it serves to strongly introduce a contrast or correction. And stylistically, but can also be repeated in a rhetorical device known as polysyndeton, where multiple uses of the word create rhythm or emphasis, as in, she wanted to leave, but she stayed, but she hesitated, but she finally walked away, which adds dramatic effect by slowing the pace of the sentence and highlighting the emotional tension. And another interesting feature of but is its subtle difference from similar conjunctions like yet or however, where yet often implies a surprising contradiction with a slightly softer tone, as in, he is young, yet very wise, while but provides a stronger, more direct contrast. And it's important to note that but should be used carefully to avoid creating unnecessary contradictions or run on sentences. And while traditional grammar rules suggest avoiding starting sentences with but, modern writing, especially in creative and conversational contexts, often allows it to add emphasis and maintain a natural flow. And ultimately, mastering the use of but enhances clarity, contrast, and depth in writing, making it one of the most frequently used and indispensable conjunctions in the English language. The word or is a crucial coordinating conjunction that is primarily used to present choices, alternatives, or possibilities within a sentence, allowing speakers and writers to offer different options, clarify meaning, or indicate conditions under which different outcomes might occur. And without or, sentences would often lack the necessary structure to express alternatives effectively, making communication less precise. And one of the most common uses of or is to introduce two or more possibilities, as in, would you like coffee or tea, where or clearly separates the two drink options, ensuring that the listener understands that only one of the choices is expected. And similarly, in you can take the train or drive there. Or presents two methods of transportation as mutually exclusive options, meaning that choosing one typically excludes the other. And beyond simple choices, or is also used to suggest conditions, as in hurry up, or you'll be late, where the second clause functions as a warning about the consequence of not acting quickly. And in this case, or acts almost like a conditional statement, similar to saying, if you don't hurry, you will be late, making it useful for expressing potential outcomes based on a given action or inaction. And another important function of or is its role in providing explanations or clarifications, as in a kayak is a small boat or canoe used for paddling, where or is used to rephrase or define a term for better understanding. And this use is especially common in definitions, comparisons, and technical descriptions. And or can also be used in negative constructions with nor, as in he neither called nor texted, where it functions as part of the correlative conjunction neither, nor which emphasizes the absence of both actions, and in logical expressions, especially in mathematics, programming, and formal reasoning. Or is used to indicate that at least one condition must be true, as in a square or rectangle has four sides, meaning that while both shapes share the characteristic, the sentence remains true whether one or both conditions apply, and in casual speech. Or can sometimes introduce an afterthought or a correction, as in, let's meet at 6 p.m., or maybe 6:30 if that's better, where the speaker is revising the original plan in real time, demonstrating the flexibility of or in conversational language. And another interesting feature of or is its ability to create emphasis when used repetitively in rhetorical devices such as polysyndeton, as in, will you stay, or leave, or fight, or surrender, where the repeated or builds dramatic tension and draws attention to the weight of each possible decision. And this technique is often used in speeches, poetry, and persuasive writing to create a sense of urgency or contemplation. And while or is generally associated with exclusive choices, meaning that only one option is selected. It can sometimes imply an inclusive choice, meaning that more than one option is possible, as in, you can have cake or ice cream or both, where the final phrase clarifies that multiple selections are allowed. And understanding this distinction is important in both everyday communication and formal logic, where the meaning of or can significantly impact the interpretation of a statement. And grammatically, or is one of the simpler conjunctions to use because it does not require complex punctuation rules, unlike however or therefore, and it usually functions without requiring commas unless it appears in a list, as in, you can choose red, blue, or green, where the Oxford comma before or is optional, but often preferred for clarity. And in summary, or is an indispensable conjunction that facilitates decision making, conditions, explanations, logical reasoning, and rhetorical emphasis, making it a fundamental component of both written and spoken language. The word nor is a unique and somewhat less commonly used coordinating conjunction that serves an essential role in negation by linking two or more negative ideas in a sentence, ensuring that each part of the sentence remains grammatically balanced and clearly expresses the absence of multiple actions, conditions, or qualities. And without nor, many negative constructions would either sound awkward or require longer, more complex phrasing to convey the same meaning. And one of the most important aspects of nor is that it is almost always used in conjunction with neither, forming the correlative conjunction pair neither, nor as in, she neither called nor texted me, where nor functions to continue the negation that neither introduces, ensuring that both actions, calling and texting, are understood as not happening. And this pairing helps avoid redundancy, as saying, she did not call and she did not text me would be unnecessarily repetitive, making nor a more elegant and efficient solution, and beyond its typical use with neither nor can also appear after a negative clause introduced by words such as not, never, or no, as in, he didn't apologize, nor did he try to explain himself, where nor connects the two negative actions while also requiring subject-verb inversion, nor did he try to maintain proper grammatical structure. And this inverted word order is a distinguishing feature of nor, when it is not preceded by neither. And another important use of nor is in parallel structures where multiple negative elements need to be joined, as in, the book contained no useful information, nor did it have any engaging stories, where nor introduces a second negative characteristic while maintaining the formal tone of the sentence. And in some cases, particularly in literary or poetic contexts, nor can be repeated for emphasis, as in nor sun, nor moon, nor stars lit the sky, where the repetition of nor intensifies the sense of emptiness or lack, a rhetorical technique known as polysyndeton, which is often used to create rhythm or dramatic effect. And while nor is most commonly seen in formal writing or structured speech, it is less frequent in everyday conversation, where people tend to use or with not instead, saying she didn't call or text, rather than she neither called nor texted. As informal speech often simplifies grammatical constructions for ease of use, and despite its somewhat formal feel, nor remains a valuable tool in clear and precise communication, particularly in academic writing, journalism, and literary works where precise negation is necessary. And one important grammatical rule to remember when using nor is that the verb it follows must agree with its subject, which is especially relevant in sentences with compound subjects, as in neither the teacher nor the students were present, where correctly matches the plural subject students, though if the order were reversed, neither the students nor the teacher, the verb would need to match teacher as singular was, demonstrating that subject-verb agreement remains essential even when nor is used. And another notable feature of nor is that, unlike some other conjunctions, it is almost never used at the beginning of a sentence in casual writing, though in formal or poetic contexts, it can occasionally be placed at the start for emphasis, as in, nor did he hesitate to accept the challenge, where the inversion of did he hesitate follows traditional grammatical rules. For sentences beginning with nor, and in summary, while nor may not be as frequently used as other conjunctions like and or but. It plays a crucial role in forming negative constructions, maintaining grammatical balance, enhancing clarity, and adding a formal or literary touch to writing, making it an indispensable tool in precise communication. The word for is a coordinating conjunction that is often used to introduce explanations, reasons, or justifications within a sentence, allowing the writer or speaker to provide additional context about why something happened or to clarify a preceding statement. And while for may not be as commonly recognized as a conjunction compared to words like and, but, or, it nonetheless plays a crucial role in connecting ideas logically and smoothly. And one of its primary functions is to introduce a reason in a slightly formal or literary tone, as seen in the sentence, "She stayed home, for she was feeling ill," where for provides the explanation for why the subject stayed home, much like because would in a similar construction, and while in modern speech and informal writing, many people prefer to use because instead of for, the latter still appears frequently in formal writing, poetry, literature, and structured discourse, where it maintains a more traditional or elegant feel. And another important aspect of for as a conjunction is that it typically does not begin a sentence the way, because sometimes does, meaning that while one could say, because she was feeling ill, she stayed home, a sentence like, for she was feeling ill, she stayed home would sound unnatural and is generally avoided. And another key feature of for is that it always connects two independent clauses, meaning that each part of the sentence it joins must be able to stand alone as a complete thought, unlike subordinating conjunctions like since or although, which introduce dependent clauses that cannot function as standalone sentences. And in addition to providing reasons, for can sometimes introduce a clarification or elaboration, as in he could not attend the meeting, for his car broke down, where the second clause clarifies the reason behind the first clause in a way that sounds more refined than simply saying because his car broke down. And while for functions as a conjunction in these contexts, it is important to note that it also has other grammatical roles, such as being a preposition, where it is used to indicate purpose, direction, or duration, as in, this gift is for you, or they walked for miles. But when used as a conjunction, it is exclusively meant to introduce explanatory or justificatory statements. And one of the subtle but important differences between for and other causal conjunctions, like because or since, is that for often suggests a slightly more indirect or reflective reason, meaning it is often used when the reason being stated is more of an afterthought or an additional piece of information rather than a direct cause, as seen in I did not interrupt, for I knew he was upset, where the use of for makes the reasoning feel more like an explanation that was realized after the fact, rather than an immediate cause and effect relationship. And stylistically, for can also be used in rhetorical or poetic writing to give a sentence a more rhythmic or classical feel, as in the night was silent, for all had gone to sleep, where the word enhances the poetic and somewhat timeless nature of the statement. And though it is often preceded by a comma when used in writing, this is not always required, particularly in shorter sentences where the meaning remains clear without it. But in longer or more complex sentences, the comma helps improve readability and prevent misinterpretation. And another notable feature of for is that, unlike some other conjunctions, it cannot be used interchangeably with so, even though both can introduce reasons, because while so indicates a result, she was tired, so she went to bed, for always introduces the reasoning behind an action rather than its consequence, as in she went to bed, for she was tired, meaning that for functions more like because, while so functions more like therefore, and understanding these distinctions is crucial for using for correctly as a conjunction, ensuring that it is placed appropriately within a sentence to maintain logical flow and grammatical accuracy. And though it may not be the most commonly used coordinating conjunction in everyday conversation, its role in formal writing, classic literature, and rhetorical speech remains significant, making it an important tool for those looking to enhance the depth and sophistication of their language. And in summary, while for may not always be recognized as a conjunction due to its more frequent use as a preposition, Its function in connecting independent clauses to provide explanations, reasons, and clarifications makes it a valuable component of clear and effective communication, allowing writers and speakers to add depth and nuance to their statements while maintaining a formal or literary tone. You said, the word so is a coordinating conjunction that is commonly used to indicate a result, consequence, or logical conclusion between two independent clauses, making it an essential tool for expressing cause and effect relationships in sentences. And without so, many statements would require longer or more complex phrasing to establish the same connection between actions and their outcomes. And one of the most basic functions of so is to show that one event or situation leads to another, as in she was tired, so she went to bed, where so connects the reason she was tired to the resulting action she went to bed, making the sentence clear and concise. And unlike subordinating conjunctions, such as because, which introduce dependent clauses that explain reasons, she went to bed because she was tired, so is a coordinating conjunction that links two independent clauses, meaning each part of the sentence could stand alone as a complete thought. And another important use of so is to indicate a decision or an action taken in response to a situation, as in, the store was closed, so we went somewhere else, where the conjunction makes it clear that the second action is a direct response to the first. And in conversational English, so is often used to introduce conclusions, summaries, or transitions in speech, as in, so what do we do next? Or, so that's why I decided to leave, where the word helps to guide the listener toward the next part of the discussion. And in casual speech, so is sometimes even used at the beginning of a sentence as a discourse marker, often signaling a shift in topic or a summary of previous points, as in so, let's get started. And while traditional grammar rules once discouraged starting sentences with so, modern usage widely accepts it, particularly in an informal writing and spoken conversation. And another interesting function of so is its ability to express degree or extent when used in phrases like, I was so hungry that I ate everything, where so emphasizes intensity and is followed by a result clause, that I ate everything, making it slightly different from its coordinating function, but still related in meaning. And sometimes so can also be used to indicate similarity or continuation, as in she loves music and so does he, where it functions similarly to therefore or also, emphasizing agreement between two statements. And stylistically, so can also be repeated for emphasis in rhetorical or dramatic writing, as in so tired of waiting, where the repetition intensifies the feeling being expressed. And another important distinction to note is that so should not be confused with so that, which is a subordinating conjunction used to express purpose, as in I spoke loudly so that everyone could hear me, where the phrase introduces a dependent clause explaining the intention behind the action, whereas when used as a coordinating conjunction, so simply links two independent clauses without requiring additional words, and in some cases, people mistakenly overuse so in speech, inserting it as a filler word before statements without adding meaning, as in, so I was thinking about something, which can sometimes make communication less direct, but when used correctly, so is a powerful conjunction that ensures clarity, smooth transitions, and logical flow in both writing and conversation. And it remains one of the most frequently used words in English due to its versatility in linking causes to effects, summarizing ideas, guiding conversations, and intensifying descriptions, making it an indispensable tool in clear and effective communication. Hey everyone, if you enjoyed this content and found it helpful, entertaining, or even just a little bit interesting, then don't forget to like this video, because it really helps support the channel and lets us know that you want to see more content like this in the future. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update whenever we upload new videos. Because trust me, you won't want to miss out on what's coming next. And by subscribing, you'll be joining an amazing community of awesome people who love learning, exploring, and engaging with content, just like this. Plus, it only takes a second to click that button, and it's totally free. So why not do it right now while you're here? And if you really want to take it a step further, go ahead and leave a comment down below and let us know your thoughts, whether it's feedback, questions, or just saying hi, because we love hearing from you and we try to respond to as many comments as possible. And of course, if you know someone who might enjoy this video too, feel free to share it with them, because spreading the word helps us grow and bring even better content your way. And don't forget to follow us on our other social media platforms for even more updates, behind-the-scenes content, and extra fun stuff. So go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's keep this journey going together. Thanks for the support. You guys are amazing, and we'll see you in the next one.
Welcome kids to Learning Land. Grab your dreams and take a stand. Colors, numbers, letters too. Adventures here for me and you. Let's explore and have some fun. Count to 10, it's just begun. Sing and dance across the screen. In Learning Land we'll be a team. Learning is a magic ride. Come aboard, let's learn with pride. Shapes and stories, games to play. Every day's a learning day. Join us now and bring your smile. Stay and learn for a while. Friends together, hand in